Hi good people from all around the world, this is Nick from OVA Let's Plays, and today's video will be ranking Terraria NPCs by how useful they are. And of course, S rank is at the top and F rank is at the bottom. And so here we go. If you guys think differently about my ranking, it's completely fine. It's all up to you guys as well on how you feel these NPCs rank, but this is how I feel about it. I've seen these type of ranking videos before, and I've always wanted to do it in my own way and make my own kind of video on it. So without further ado, here we go. There's the Angler. We start with the Angler. He's kind of useful. I've never liked fishing in any kind of video game. I've never been a big fan of fishing. I think it's kind of tedious. That's just my point of view. But he does have some useful items, even though it's a bit tedious because you can't outright just buy them. If you could outright just buy the items that you can get from him by doing quests, I would give him a B maybe. But because it's really tedious, I'm just going to give him a D. And then here we go. We have the Clothier next. And I'm sorry, Chippy. I really respect Chippy. If I was ranking it by Chippy, I would put, S tier, because I think Chippy Gaming is one of the goats as far as Terraria goes, and one of the, OGs of Terraria, the original Terraria YouTubers. But as far as the Clothier, he's almost useless. He has mostly vanity stuff, but with the 1.4 update, he has the Tragic Umbrella, which does help a little bit, so I'm just gonna, because of that. It will help with slow fall, and you can attack enemies with it, so I'll give him an E ranking. There's a Demolitionist. He can help a lot. He has got grenades, which can help you out in pre-hard mode against certain bosses. He's got dynamite and bombs, which will help you in the Crimson or in the Corruption. He can help out a lot, so I'm going to give him a B ranking. The reason why I give him a B ranking is once you get into hard mode, you have pretty good, especially if you're doing a modded playthrough, you have pretty good pickaxes and you don't need as much TNT, so that's why I gave him a B ranking. Which one is this? There's the Dye Trader. I'm gonna give him a straight up F because he's all vanity. And then there's the Arms Dealer. The Arms Dealer is very useful. You get the Mini Shark, you can get ammo from him. You can get the Mega Shark at some point later on, so I'm going to give him A tier. The reason why I gave him A tier is there's only so many weapons you can get from him. Mostly he's useful later on in hard mode. Once you get the Mega Shark, he's not really that much useful anymore except for ammo. I wish there was later tier upgrades. Also, the Quad Barrel Shotgun is amazing for pre-hard mode. Is really good, especially for early pre-hard mode, so he's useful that way. Cyborg, he's got some useful items, not really that much, so I would rank him the same as the Demolitionist. The Dryad is so useful on my Master Mode playthrough. She's got so many different planners, and you need as many different potions as you can get. You can buy the pouches to decrease the Crimson, or you can do the opposite and get the pouch to get the Bloody Spine for or the Corruption equivalent to get the Eater of Worlds. And she has a protection area around the Dryad's Blessing, which also helps you, so I'm going to give her A tier for that. There's the Goblin Tinkerer. The Goblin Tinkerer is arguably one of the most useful NPCs in the game. Even into hard mode, even into late hard mode, he's still useful. When you first start off, there's so many different things. There's the Rocket Boots, which eventually you can make into the Spectre Boots, and then eventually the Frost Lightning Boots, or the Frost Spec Boots, and then eventually the Terra Spark Boots. And then there's the Goblin Tinker thing, where you can make a bunch of different accessories together. Just based on those two things alone, he's S tier. But there's also the reforging of your accessories and your weapons. It costs a lot of money, but I'm ranking him S tier for sure. Now there's the guide. Now the guide is tricky to rank because He doesn't sell any items, but he's still useful into hard mode because he helps you craft and figure out how to craft things. Now you could say, well, we have the wiki, we can look up the wiki for that. But if you don't have internet and you're just playing regular Terraria, he's still useful. But I'm not going to give him S tier because he doesn't have any items or weapons really. So I'm just going to give him A tier. The mechanic, again, the mechanic is mostly only useful if you're wiring stuff. It's kind of like almost like the angler, where if you like to fish and do that kind of thing, it's great. And if you like to wire and have setups, it's great. I'm gonna give her a higher ranking than the angler though, because you can buy her items outright rather than having to do tedious quests to get them. So I'm gonna give her a C ranking. She's not the worst or the best. If you like to wire stuff up and get stuff, you can also, I think you can get there's a mechanical rod you can buy for fishing rod you can buy. The next we have is the merchant, and he's useful in pre-hard mode. Once you get into hard mode, he's not quite as useful anymore. Mostly you can just buy torches from him, and that's about it, so you don't have to worry about gelling. So I'm gonna give him C ranking. He's okay. Early pre-hard mode, he's great. Once you get into hard mode though, he's not all that useful. The nurse, I would give maybe a C ranking. She's alright. You can use her with the Moon Lord to help. That can help and everything in a certain ones, but she doesn't have any items to sell. I wish she had items to sell as well. She would have ranked higher had it been for that. This is the same as, I'm just going to give the same ranking because they're the same person really. You have to fight the Skeletron for that. The painter, almost all vanity items, F tier. And the same thing, is this the stylist or the party girl? I forget which. I cannot remember which one is which. I'm going to have to look up the difference really quick. I get those two mixed up just on appearances. So I'm going to have to look it up real quick. I'm sorry, guys. There's the stylist. Oh, the stylist is the one with the bow. And then the party girl is the one with the curl at the front. Okay. So this one is the party one. Now, she would get F tier if it was not for the bubbles and for the pogo stick mount. She would get F tier, but because of the bubble and it's useful with the honey, to get the honey buff and to be able to, like, if you have the truffle, the scaly truffle, and you can go through, or the shrimpy truffle, and you can go through and then get a boost and then get your regeneration with the honey, and then also with the pogo mount. She's a bit more useful with that. Maybe I'll give her D tier. Barely at the angler level. The pirate is really only useful for the cannons now. So I would give him maybe E tier based on that. The cannons can be really useful against the pre-hard mode, not the pre-hard mode, against the hard mode bosses like the mechanical bosses, especially, I've used them against Twin, Santa Claus, all vanity items, F tier. Skeleton, now I would rank him higher except for the fact that he randomly shows up. You can't control when he shows up, and his item list is random. You never know if you're going to get the item that you want for sure. So I'm going to give him E tier. He's not the best or the worst. He's got some useful items like torches and Steampunker glow sticks and counterweights for your, for different accessories. But what is this one? I don't even know what this one is. Oh, it's the Steampunker. Steampunker, pretty much the same as the machinist. It can be useful for the wings, and she has a hook, and she can make asphalt blocks with her. So maybe I'll rank her higher than the mechanic. I don't know. It all depends on what kind of style. If you like to have setup, she's useful. I almost never use the mechanic any wiring at all though, unless it's for heart statues if I'm having a really difficult playthrough. The stylist, F tier, all vanity items. This guy, I would give him, I don't do the Old One's Army event. I don't I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's just okay. So he has some useful items, so I'm gonna give him C tier. You know, if you like the Old Ones Army event, he can be useful. Tax Collector F. You just get a little bit more money, and he's tedious to get and everything, anyways. Traveling Merchant. You know, I would, he can be useful and he has rare items. The thing is, it's just like the Skeleton Merchant. He only shows up every so often and you never know what he's going to have in his inventory. And sometimes he'll have just stuff you don't even want. And then sometimes he'll have something you want, but you have no money. And then you have to scramble to get money. So I think I'll give him a D tier. And then the Truffle, he's pretty much just to get the auto hammer, really. There is the glowing light pet that you can get from him that can help. There is also the ham mush and that if you want to use those. And then there's the blue solution for the Oh, I forgot about the Contaminator. For the Steampunker. That's also why I rated her higher than the Machinist, because you know the Contaminator, you can control your environment a lot better. So you get the blue solution, which you can use to transform part of the jungle into the mushroom biome, so you can get the truffle worm a little bit easier. So I would give him C tier. He's okay. He's not the worst or the best. He's just alright. There's the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor is so useful before the unfortunate 1.4 nerf. I understood why they did it. They did the nerf to the leaf wings. Now, before the nerf, the leaf wings would last you all the way up till Duke Fishron's wings. So I understood why they nerfed it, because then you could get more variety of wings and actually use them, because I almost would never use any other wings. I would get the leaf wings and that would be it up until I got the Duke Fishron wings, and that would be it. But even then, he's still useful for the imbuing station, and which can help you a lot. And he has some accessories with the minions. So I would give him A tier for that. And finally, there's the Wizard. The Wizard, he's okay. He has some, like he has the crystal ball that can help. He has some magic weapons, but he's mostly good just for early hard mode. He like even late into hard mode, he's not all that useful except for maybe buying potions from him. So I would give him B tier. He's all right. He's not the best or the worst. He's just okay. So this is my ranking, guys, overall. And so like I said, if you disagree, that's completely okay. This was also, this list is pre 1.4 because they don't have the princess and they don't have the golfer. So in addition to this, guys, I will give you my ranking on the golfer. The golfer is kind of like the Clothier. It's almost all vanity. He does have a mount that you can use and the lawnmower, so I would rank him an E. So you just imagine the golfer here, and the princess almost all vanity, so F. So basically golfer here, princess F. And so that's my final ranking overall for 1.4. Please let me know down below in the comments if you guys want me to rank anything on here as well. And so yeah, that's it. Goblin Tinkerer S tier, Arms Dealer, Dryad, Guide, and Witch Doctor for A tier, Demolitionist for B tier, Cyborg, Steampunker, Wizard, C tier, these guys, D tier, E tier, and then F tiers, almost all vanity. Now vanity does have its value, but it's not something like I go for more for useful rather than what something looks like. That's just my style. I prefer to, you know, something to have use rather than just something there just to look. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Please like, share, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good day. I'll be doing more of these rankings later on. I don't know which one I'll do, whether it's weapons or bosses or what it is, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you also, I feel bad because I forgot the Zoologist, but luckily I caught myself. The Zoologist I would rank A as well, because she has a lot of great items like the whip and things like that, and she can help you keep track of enemies and bosses and loot and drops and things like that. So she's kind of like the guide, only instead of for crafting stuff, it's for enemies, and so she keeps track of bosses and enemies and stuff like that. I'm really tempted to rank her, give her an S ranking. I might give her an S ranking. She's really good for that, and she's like the guide, but she actually has weapons and items that are kind of useful, like the whip, like the early whips and stuff. So that's pretty much it, guys. I feel bad. I remember the princess and the golfer, but I forgot the zoologist. If I forgot anything else, I apologize. I hope you guys have a good day.